Hey there, I'll show you why I'm ticked off at our big mystery conglomerate tool makers today. This is a newer DeWalt saw. It's made maybe 6 or 8 cuts in construction lumber. The plate's straight, but only after I worked like a cat in a litter box to peen it straight and work on it. It came right out of the package, brand new from the store, with a big roundhouse curve in it. It'd be one thing if it was curved a way in which was helpful to a right-hander, but of course it was curved this way, which is really harmful for a right-handed saw, or if it's curved this way. It'd been another story if it at least would have been curved a little bit this way, because that helps me. But it was horrible. Brand new saw, $20 plus tax. And this is what I'm always ranting about with our modern tool makers, not the high-end boutique makers, not the ones that make $140 saws and we kind of expect them to be good, and all they are is like this old saw from 45 years ago. This is a Warranted Superior I just bought on eBay. With shipping was $30 compared to like $21 with this. This saw, it's got more saw. It's an 8-point. I filed it one time. It was dead straight. Has tons of life in it. Way more comfortable handle. Way more comfortable to use. So we'll do a little quick comparison. I'll show you why I'm ticked off and always ranting about what the average Joe like me has to go to the store and buy and try to make a living with this shit. So, you know, I don't have any axe to grind against DeWalt per se. I'm just saying it's representative of a whole lot of makers out there, manufacturers and brand names, that are so bad and so hit and miss with their stuff. They need to get a clue and get their shit together. So watch these saws cut on a dry, stubborn, hard piece of Doug fir lumber. I wouldn't call it stubborn, it's straight grain. It's not anything out of the ordinary, but it is dry. And this will cut and it'll be crooked. I just did a cut, and it's way out of square this way. It's very hard to stay square with this saw this way. I'll make another cut with the old vintage Warranted Superior saw. I'll make that cut here. It will be smoother, straighter, as effortless or way more effortless, and about the same strokes. So first the DeWalt. "23 strokes, same as before." I really concentrated to stay square this time. Finally got it straight enough to cut reasonably straight, and really basically an easy piece of lumber, but it is dry and pretty hard. Now the old dog here. "19 strokes. A lot less effort. Cleaner finish. Here's the cut that just fell. This is like hamburger meat, as one of my commenters said in another video in the comments. Like hamburger meat. This is reasonably smooth. Reasonable tear out. It's actually less tear out. Way less tear out. Less strokes. This saw will get dull in about, if I use this saw once or twice a day for 6 months, this saw will be dull. I guarantee you, because this will be the 3rd one I bought. I'm not buying any more of these, but this saw will last me the rest of my life. And yeah, I may sharpen it a couple times a year, 3 times a year. I've only sharpened it once. The next sharpening, this baby will get even better, because that's what typically happens. Each tooth begins to get the best shape it can, and this baby will just get better and better. So another thing about this saw is almost useless for ripping. This saw I can set up and rip. A straight line, square cut, clean cut. If I cut that off, I could show you the cut. Very clean, consistent cut. It's just about what you'd expect for a good quality 8-point saw. I don't think my camera will show you. So I wish DeWalt and Stanley and Irwin and all the others would just get a clue and listen to consumers and make this saw. You can do it. They can make this saw if they wanted to. They just don't want us to have a saw that we can resharpen and that'll last us 20 years. They don't want us to have a saw that we can be proud of. For some reason, they want us to have this stuff. I actually think it's not even that. I think they're so ignorant, they don't realize that this is crap compared to what we used to get. And this was not a high-end saw. This was not a Sandvik or a Distant. This was a Warranted Superior. It was an everyday working man's saw, American-made saw.